This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, I'm Angie Peters, and I'm here with Lisa Wallock. And Lisa covers our prayer ministry for Unedited Life. Lisa carries the most gentle pastoral heart, and we just love having her a part of what we're doing because she is able to pull down an aspect of heaven that is unique for our area and I believe the world. So, Lisa, will you tell us about maybe a first encounter that you had with God?
All right, sure. Well, I didn't grow up a Christian and I didn't really believe in God. And someone started talking to me about God, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. And I was just kind of blew it off. But what they said just kind of stuck in my mind. And so I was driving down the highway one day and I just was thinking about it. And I was like, okay, God, if you are real, I need a sign. I need you to just show me without a doubt that you are real. Um, and it was literally seconds right after I said that, this big truck passed by me. And I turned over and I looked at it. And on the side of the truck, it spelled out, it said God in big letters. It was a guaranteed overnight delivery truck, and it just said God right across it. And my heart started racing, and I was like, oh my gosh. And that was kind of just what kind of started off my journey on just seeking to find out if he was real. And he just over and over and over again just showed me that he was as real could be.
I love that. That is awesome. For someone who is maybe new to a relationship with Jesus, what is just some simple advice that you would give them to kind of like get them started, just with
I
their
would,
prayer life?
with their prayer life, I would just say, just to look at it as having a conversation with a friend, or a parent, or that's really all it is. It's just conversation. And the more you do that, the more it just becomes just second nature, and then you just develop an intimacy with the Lord. And that's basically how it is with me. It's just, I just talk to him, just me and him.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's so great. Do you have to be smart to have a prayer life?
No, actually, a lot of times when I'm being smart, it gets in the way of that. So, if I'm being honest.
What about the person who, and I've experienced this where there, and I'm glad that you mentioned blockages, because what about the time when you're like, there's something in between you and God where it feels like that. Let me state it that way. What then? I mean, like, we know that shame and guilt, they get in the way of us understanding how God feels about us. What would you say to that?
Well, yeah, there are times where we don't necessarily feel him. There's other times where you feel him just so close. And in those times, it's just knowing that he's there. You just have to know that he's there whether you feel him or not. And I find in those times, if I just start thanking him for things and I just show grateful and I'm just thankful for him, then that just being thankful just kind of shifts things a lot of times. Not always, but I just feel like it at least shifts how I'm feeling if I just go into being thankful and just thanking him for whatever comes to mind.
Love it. Love that. Share with us like one really powerful, maybe answered prayer scenario.
Okay. Well, not I don't know if it's an answered prayer, but it was definitely a time where he just came through and just showed me that he was real and he was there for me no matter what, and he's always listening. Is I was just feeling kind of discouraged, just kind of feeling like alone in things, and I was just like, I just don't. I was just talking to him. I was like, I just don't really feel like anyone cares, and he was like, I care, and I felt like he said that, but I wasn't sure. I was like, is that really God? Wasn't sure. So I was like, God, I need a sign that you really just said that. So that was your voice. And I'm walking on this path and I saw a red cardinal, and I was like, huh, is that you, God? Is that my sign? And then I questioned it and I was like, no, there's birds everywhere. I was like, okay, God, I need to see another cardinal. And so I'm walking farther down this path, and I turn and I think I see one, and I'm looking and I'm staring really hard. and it wasn't one. And I was like, God, I wanted that to be your voice so bad that I'm seeing things. And then I heard again, I heard him say, turn around. And I turned around and there were 7 cardinals in a tree. 7 cardinals. And I was just like, I just cried. I was just like, God, he just goes above and beyond to show us that he loves us. And that's the biggest thing, is he just loves us. He is love. And yeah, so that was just a really special moment for me, because he didn't have to do that, but he just loves me, and he's a good dad that gives good gifts. So yeah, I would say that was definitely a pretty awesome time.
That's so good. So good. I love being his. I love being his. Hey, can we talk about healing for just a second?
Yeah, sure. Love
Is that okay?
healing. Go for it.
Yeah, she loves healing. Lisa has a healing gift, and I don't even want to like put a preface on this or anything, because I think that you can just dive in and tell us what you want to tell us.
Okay. I've got a couple different cool stories. Well, the Lord healed me, and that was just amazing. And then it was like right after that, he just started using me. I prayed for someone, and their leg was shorter than the other one, and um, prayed for them. My hands got hot. It was so crazy. It's just so awesome when supernatural things like that happen. And the girl I was praying for, she's like, "Were you pulling on my leg? It felt like you were pulling on my leg." And I was like, "No, I was barely holding it." And sure enough, she went and she had her husband measure her leg, and sure enough, her leg did grow out. That was crazy. And then another one of my favorite stories actually is, I prayed for a couple of people over Facebook, just typed it out. One had one was a back injury. She was going in to get surgery, and another one was a hip. And the girl who I prayed for her back, she ended up not getting the surgery because she was healed. And yeah, so that's awesome, because it just shows that God's bigger. You don't have to, laying hands on people is awesome. It's totally a great experience, but he's beyond all of that. I mean, that was through Facebook, written prayer. So that was awesome. I love it. It's awesome. The supernatural stuff is so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, love that. Hey, so for people who would be new to the topic of healing, um, is this something that you were taught how to do?
Absolutely not. It's not. No, it's not something that can be taught. It's not, there's no formula. I mean, it's just, yeah, no, absolutely not. You don't have to have a degree to be able to do that. All you have to do is believe that Jesus died for your sins, and just have faith. And it doesn't always happen. I mean, but
Right.
and that's a part of it. Like, I don't know why some healings happen and some don't, but it doesn't matter. You just go in every single situation and just pray, and it's fun when it happens. So
Yeah, love that. Tell us about hot hands.
hot hands, yeah, wow. That's what happens to me, is my hands get so hot, and actually sometimes even like my whole body gets hot, but especially my hands, they just get really hot. And it's so fun. People are like, your hands are so hot, and it's like, I'm not doing anything. There's nothing I'm doing. I'm just like, okay, Lord, just this is awesome. So yeah, it's really a fun feeling. Like, God is so fun. All the supernatural stuff, miracle signs, wonders, they're real. They're for today. They're it's God's so good. He's so fun. He's a good daddy, and I
Yeah,
love that kind of stuff.
love it. Hey, Lisa, thanks for being willing to hop on here and telling us about prayer and healing. Love what God does through you. And I love that you also just kind of capitalize on the fact that whether we see it manifested here on this side or not, He remains good. He is
Yeah.
always good. And we
Amen.
just don't know the full story of what's going on. So
Yeah. Well,
thanks so
thank,
much.
yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks for
you.
having me. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye.